Yeah, buddy. You know what time it is? It is Crunch Time, sponsored by Fanduel. It's the show we bring on two of the sharpest minds in the biz. We got one, Mr. STL Cards in the house. What up, Cards?
Yeah, not much. It's a light night of baseball, so we're getting started a little bit later here, and it's the first kind of bigger night of college football. Obviously, I'm a big college football fan. We were just talking before the show. We've got tons of good college football minds here at RotoGrinders, so I think our college football content is some of the best in the business. So excited that that season's getting rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, NFL is only about 10 days away. I guess a week away for Thursday night football. So it's about to get very busy, and that means it's fall.
That's nice. Yeah, we're breaking out of the dog days of summer here, just the lone baseball. And yeah, I got all kinds of great things happening with RotoGrinders. And since you brought it up, NFL is essentially here. We're ready. Let us handle the legwork so you can win more, do less this NFL season. Get access to everything we have to offer, special discounted rate, only available to those without a RotoGrinders subscription. Get a full season subscription for $50 off, limited time only price of $375. The sale ends opening night of the season, so get in on that while you can. And keep in mind, I do weather forecasts for both NFL and for college football as well. So I will still most certainly be around. But right now, we are not here to talk football. We're here to talk some baseball. We got my guy, Tim, Tasteful Tides, in as well. You want to lead us off with what you said about 2 minutes ago before we went live, how it relates to the slate?
I didn't really want to, but I will. This might be the worst slate I've ever seen. In all honesty, but there are some interesting decisions at pitching that we can make, and there isn't like one exact condensed spot for offense either. So it's kind of like a free for all, which is kind of interesting for just a 3-game slate. It's just. I don't know. I'm not playing cash games tonight. I know that I usually do. I'm happy to answer any kind of cash game questions, but I'm just playing one team on both Fanduel and DraftKings, and that is it.
Gotcha. Okay, very good. Izzy says, hey, Roth, can we get a weather update for Orlando college football? Yeah, you just need to tell me when the game is, where the game is, if they have a dome, because they're always playing in different places. There's 150 games a week. Yes, let me know when you want to Is it for tonight? Is it happening now?
I presume it would be the UCF game that starts in an hour.
Yeah. Okay. I will take a peek at things there. I do have a forecast up. It probably just says chance for rain. I don't know.
It says 10-mile-per-hour winds.
Just ask Dean. Dean should know.
Dean, what's happening there? All right. I will do that. We got to dive into the content because lock is kind of upon us here. I think it's 20 minutes away or so. So let's just jump on into it. Tim, you want to start us off with a little pitcher talk?
Yeah, so Spencer Strider, he's got the highest strikeout rate in the whole league. He is very, very expensive on both sites, as he should be. But he's facing the Dodgers, who are one of the best offenses in all of baseball. So I think it's a pretty easy decision. I think you can get to him pretty easily, both sites, but I don't think you have to play him, especially on FanDuel. I don't mind going down to Braxton Garrett at 8,700 on FanDuel. I don't even mind Lance Lynn either. Those would be my 3 options on FanDuel. It's close. If you're playing just cash games, then Strider's your guy. And then I think Garrett would be my preferred pivot for GPPs. DraftKings, it's a little bit harder because SP2 is just really it's really ugly. So Spencer Strider's your SP1 in cash, and then if you can do it, I would do Braxton Garrett. If you can't and you need don't have the salary, then Pedro Avila would probably be the guy, but it's pretty gross. So I would try to just stick with Strider, Garrett, and cash games.
Okay, fair enough. Cards, what are you doing here? I mean, I can't imagine cash games are wildly popular on this 3-game slate. So from a tournament perspective, what are your thoughts here pitcher-wise? Because, yes, I want Strider, but 12K is no joke.
Yeah, and the Dodgers are no joke either. And I think, this is one of the slates where you can play Strider and you can probably play a bat against him because the Dodgers have so much power in their lineup, and we have seen Strider struggle with the long ball at times. So one of those nights where if you are really uncomfortable playing a hitter against your pitcher, it's going to be a slate you don't like, because even Lance Lynn, who's viable facing the Braves, once again, we know that Lynn is susceptible to power, particularly lefties. I think you can play Lance Lynn, and you can play a bat against Lance Lynn if you want to go that route. So I think that's one angle you can take tonight. Take a hitter or two, probably not more than two, but against your pitcher. Um, otherwise, I think on a point per dollar basis, Garrett is probably my favorite. Lets you get a little bit more bats. Certainly, I've got quite a bit of Strider as well. And I don't think Joan Adon is horrible either for Washington. I mean, Miami has really struggled offensively. He's had a couple decent starts lately, and it's more of a DraftKings plays, 5,400 there. You can get him as an SP2 with Strider, and then maybe still get the bats you want. So, look, I mean, there's only 6 pitchers. We've pretty much mentioned them at this point. At some point, there are no options left, and I think we're there.
Yeah. Okay. That'll do it. Then let's flip it on to the other side of things. Let's talk about some of the bats, some of the stacks. I mean, there's some good teams. I mean, you got Atlanta, you got the Dodgers, although they are against a great pitcher. Where are we going here? Where are we looking?
Yeah, it's, a night where I'm probably not stacking the Dodgers against Strider. I mean, it's just tough to see them having Strider having a complete blow up game. The Dodgers are only projected for about 3.9 runs, and they are expensive. So I think I like the Padres the most. Like Jacob Junis is going to start for the Giants, and they're going to go through whatever, parade of pitchers they do in their bullpen games. Maybe Manaea gets in there. But if the Padres end up going under-owned for that reason, I think, they are an interesting play. And under-owned is a relative term on a 3-game slate as well. But and even the Giants on the other side of that game, like Avila doesn't have a ton of major league innings because the Padres just got done playing the Cardinals and had leads in every game. They have used their closer, Josh Hader, each of the last 3 days, so he's not going to be available tonight. A few of their other good bullpen arms are probably also going to be unavailable. So that maybe gives the Giants a little bit of a matchup advantage in the later innings. That's probably where we're at for me. It's the Padres number 1, the Giants number 2, and probably the Braves third.
Okay, great. Tim, where are you? Where do you stand here? What's the move? What's the stack that's going to win it all on this 3-game slate?
Yeah, well, the thing is, a stack might not win it all. This could be a good slate to maybe just kind of take some individual bats. But
I like it.
I think I agree with everything STL said. I really like Miami. The problem is they're showing a lot of ownership, so I don't know if I want to eat Miami chalk. I really like the Giants quite a bit. They would be my next favorite, and then Atlanta lefties. Like, I don't know if you can like full stack Atlanta left-handed bats, but one off of like Matt Olson, I think is a great play. Just getting some one-offs of Atlanta, even, and don't forget, Strider could easily be the optimal pitcher, but he could still give up 3 or 4 runs. So if you took a one-off of Freddie Freeman or Mookie Betts or something like that, just to get different in tournaments, I think that's a really, really great play.
Okay, excellent. Let's go around the horn. We'll do a little position by position. Usually I get both of y'all's takes on each position, but since it's a 3-game slate and we want to get to a few questions, we want to get to some home run picks, let's just do each guy gets one position. We'll hop back and forth, and I think that'll kind of be best for us in the interest of saving a little bit of time here. So, Tim, you can lead us off with what we're doing at catcher. I see Gary the Goat Sanchez there, but Will Smith is pretty good.
Yeah, Will Smith is really good, but he's up against Strider. But like I said, if you want to do a contrarian one-off, that's fine, I guess. I think I'd prefer getting to Gary or Patrick Bailey. We haven't gotten the Giants lineup quite yet, but if Patrick Bailey's in there for 3,300, I like him. So really, for me, it's one of those 2 guys in that 3K range.
Okay. Then we can kick it to first base, Cards. And if you have something that the other person didn't say or that you feel strongly about, that they're super wrong or that they missed, feel free to to add into it.
Bailey's not in the lineup, so
well, that is,
yeah,
I don't know. That's notable. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So
cards.
scratch that, but still, you could still use Sable as your Giants catcher.
Okay. Cards. First base.
Gabe Kapler always miserable with the lineup decisions. So, yeah, I'm certainly not going to jump on any toes to go through the catcher talk. And it will also be a cold day at the equator before I play Josh Belchalk at first base. I am not playing a 32% owned Josh Bell. No thanks. I know he's been better with the Marlins facing the weakest pitcher on the slate, yada, yada. But I will take my chances on fading Josh Bell. Matt Olson, a great one-off play with lefty power against Lance Lynn. I think you can go all the way down. You can play Matt Carpenter it's more of a DK play, 2,500 on DraftKings, first base, third base. Cheese would be happy to play Matt Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Joey Meneses there kind of in the middle. Obviously Freeman as a one-off home run play. But to me, most lineups, I'm either going down to Carpenter for super cheap or I'm trying to get up to Olson, and I will not play the Josh Belchalk.
Very good. How about second base, Tides?
Yeah, Taro Estrada. He's actually my favorite home run call for the day. He's plus 750 on Fanduel and DK. He's 4,300. Batting I think he's batting second, so he'd be my favorite second baseman. You got Garrett Hampson at the Stone Min 2K batting seventh from Miami. So if you're maybe double paying up for pitching and you need a punt, I think he's very, very viable. And then if you're looking for like a really contrarian play, I think Mookie Betts just as a one-off against Strider.
Okay, nice. Let's go to third base, cards.
All right. I like the Padres tonight. So and with the Braves, you got a righty there in Riley, and I want to prioritize their lefties. So I would prefer getting to Matt Olson or one of the lefties for the Braves as opposed to Riley. So I'm not on Riley at third. If I'm spending up, it's either going to be Machado or Ha-Sung Kim, who you can also play at second on DK. Carter Kieboom is back for Washington. He's hitting cleanup tonight. He's pretty cheap. So, he would kind of be a value guy. If you're on the Marlins, you've got Jake Berger, but I prefer him against lefties. And again, the Marlins are just a little too highly owned for my liking. So no Berger time for me tonight, but Kieboom, Machado, Ha-Sung Kim, those are probably my guys.
A lot of good names. Berger, Kieboom.
Yeah, it's a solid name position.
Right, name-wise, we're doing great here. Okay, Tim, let's throw it over to you. I think we're a shortstop.
Yeah, so FanDuel on shortstop shortstop's a little different than shortstop on DraftKings. You can play Estrada at shortstop on FanDuel. You can play Hampson at the Stone Min on FanDuel. Again, you can play Mookie. You can play Kim. Bogarts is only 2,800. And then there's Joey Wendell, who's only 2,100. But I prefer, if you're going to do a Miami guy, I'd prefer you do Garrett Hampson. On DK, it's a lot different. It's kind of a not as attractive position on DraftKings. I think maybe you could just punt with Joey Wendell at 2,200. If you want to pay up, Xander Bogaerts would probably be my favorite.
Wonderful. With that, we can kick it to the outfield, and I will get both of your thoughts on this, as it is the position with the most plays. So, cards, you can go first, and then Tim, if there are any names he does not mention, throw those in as well.
Yeah, so I am refreshing to get that Giants lineup that Tim mentioned, Bailey not being in there when we went through catcher. So for those of you that might not have seen it yet and you are looking to get your lineup finalized, Wade, Estrada, Haniger, Peterson, Yastrzemski, Davis, Meckler, Sable, and Schmidt for the Giants tonight. So a little bit of a different look. And Ronald Acuna, who was $7K on DraftKings at Coors Field, he's discounted all the way to $6,700 tonight. So $300 discount for not playing in Coors. Again, don't love the righties for Atlanta tonight, but you can always play Acuna. I'm not going to talk you off of that. But if you are going for a one-off in that game, I prefer Michael Harris hitting second or Mookie if you're spending all the way up against Strider for a one-off kind of power bat. mentioned that I like the Padres, so I will probably prioritize Tatis and or Soto over all those kind of other guys that I just mentioned. James Outman would be a home run or bust kind of GPP punt. Jesus Sanchez will be pretty popular for the Marlins. Again, they are carrying some high ownership tonight, and he's cheap. I think you can play him even if you're not on the Marlins. Tim mentioned Hampson as a Stone Min play, and on both FanDuel and DraftKings, he's also available in the outfield, so you can move him around. Possibly Alex Call for the Nats as another potential value play there.
Very good. Tim, any other names that you're interested in?
Yeah, Cards did a good job there. Mentioned all the guys I was really going to talk about. Like I really like Michael Harris as a one-off against Lance Lynn. I'm not sure like if I want a full stack Atlanta, but obviously getting a couple pieces here and there are fine. They're the best offense in baseball. Yeah, Eddie Rosario would be another maybe Atlanta bat that I would consider. I always really like Jazz Chisholm. He has not had a really good year, but he's been injured quite a bit. He is going to be popular, but I do like Miami, and I think I'm not sure if people are going to pay $5K for him on TK. So I really like him in any format.
Okay. Very nice. James says, hey, I know Casey Schmidt is batting 9th for San Francisco, but I didn't see him in lineup HQ. Are we seeing him in lineup HQ?
That lineup just came out, and we did not have him projected. We got to wait till the projection gets added. So he will eventually be in there, and that game doesn't start till like 9:40. So
gotcha.
He'll be in there probably within the next 10 minutes.
Perfect. And just don't forget to refresh, your HQ. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if there's, you know what? We need some home run calls. We had someone in the chat, Kevin Mingle. These are 3 comments in a row. Who's going to hit a homer? Spidey bombs, please. Where are Dean's dongs? So clearly he wants some homer picks. We don't have Spidey bombs or Dean's dongs, but we do have Tim's taters.
Well, I gave out Estrada already, so that's one.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find another one real quick.
Okay.
It is slim pickings tonight. I can tell you that.
While he's looking for one, I will throw Ha-Sung Kim out there as mine.
Nice. Your H&R block blast of the night.
That's right. Absolutely.
Ha-Sung Kim. Ty, you got anything else for me?
I kind of like Jake Berger. Plus, he's plus 390 on DK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Hey, we've got about 5 minutes until lock. We'll see if we've got any QQs. If you've got them, bring them. They can be about literally anything. We're just trying to kill time to get to lock. Did I mention this show is sponsored by FanDuel? Make sure you're signing up for the FanDuel Sportsbook if you're in a legal sports betting state. Take advantage of their awesome bonus offer. New customers bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets plus $100 off NFL Sunday ticket. Terms and conditions do apply. Check that out. That's where the cool kids are hanging out. Also, we briefly mentioned college football. Our college football Discord channel is free to all users, so make sure you're signing up. All of those hard-to-find updates before lock, that's where they're going to be. You got your experts, community members all joining and breaking things down. So make sure you check out rotogrinders.com/Discord. Get in on that college football goodness if you're about that life, and you should be about that life. Let's see.
In fact, before the show, Roth reiterated that is his favorite sport.
Yeah, something like that.
Pretty sure.
It was something like that, Cards. Flying Armbar says, can we play Batten cards for San Diego at third base on FanDuel? Batten? With a name like that, you gotta.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. He's in some of my Padres stacks. I probably wouldn't play him as a one-off, but yeah, he's a reasonable value.
I am playing him. I have 4 Padres in my FanDuel team, and he is on that team. So I say, give it a shot.
Okay, nice.
Nothing's crazy tonight.
Yeah, there really isn't much crazy. Not a lot of wrong answers tonight.
Do either of you play season-long NFL fantasy?
I do not.
I do not.
Okay.
No.
Well, then I will.
I don't really know what a season-long is anymore.
Mab says, hey, I've got the 5th pick in season-long. Do I take Bijan or Tyreek?
That's Tyreek all day.
It's Tyreek for me, baby. It's Tyreek.
If it's PPR, it's got to be Tyreek.
Yeah. Although I think Bijan has straight up hands, doesn't he? Like that dude might get.
He's got good hands and wheels.
Yeah, he might get a lot of catches. Let's see. How about Dukas? We got Dukas in the chat. That's his name. He says, "How about some Dukas dingers for you? We'll take them." He says, "Hayward, Betts, and Kai Boom." There you go.
I don't mind Kai Boom as a higher odds home run call tonight.
Very nice. Some other people on board with that as well. Those are your Dukas dingers of the night. Jeffrey Battaglia says, "Hey, Cards, are you worried about pinch hitting for the Giants? Like almost always, I think, right?"
Yeah, I mean, gotta be. The Padres do have quite a few lefties in the bullpen, though Hader won't pitch tonight. I mean, it's a 3-game slate though, so if you're just auto excluding the Giants because of pinch hit risk, I think that's running yourself a little thin on a 3-game slate. So the risk is there for the lefties, but I'm not letting it dictate my line of decisions too much. They usually let Peterson stay in. Wade would be a guy that might get pinch hit for. Haniger's in there tonight, so he's not going to get pinch hit for. So, yeah, the lefties have some risk here.
Okay. We'll go to Achilles' question in the RotoGrinders Discord. DK Cash question. Tim, you want Wendell and De La Cruz or DeYoung and Sanchez?
DeYoung's not playing.
Oh, that makes that easy.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say the first one anyway, so it works out.
Wendell, De La Cruz it is. Beaner says, Cards, you guys like Ozuna? You like Ozuna?
I prefer the lefties against Lynn, and Ozuna is very expensive at this point. I guess not expensive relative to the other Braves, but I do not have any Ozuna tonight.
Okay. Kenny says, favorite FanDuel pitcher for tonight. Tim, your very favorite FanDuel pitcher tonight.
I've found a decent way of getting to Strider, so I'm going to roll with Strider. If you absolutely hate that, go to Garrett.
Okay. Sam I Am says, what about Abrams? Cards, what about Abrams? What about
he'll be the most popular shortstop tonight, even though Garrett's going to get some ownership at pitcher. Shortstop, I guess mainly on DraftKings. FanDuel, you got a few more options, but on DraftKings, Abrams will be very popular because shortstop kind of stinks over there tonight. So I don't mind it. I mean, he's got legs and has been doing really well ever since they moved him to leadoff.
Okay. Dukas says, Lynn or Garrett in cash? Tim?
Yeah, it's Garrett for me, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Luke Cage with an important question. Cards, are you worried that the Padres, according to Kirk's exclusive model, are gutless? They're a gutless team.
Well, they just lost 2 or 3 to the Cardinals, despite leading in the later innings in all 3 games. So that is pretty.
That brings up your gutless ranking.
Yeah,
Infinite point.
You just go to infinity if you lose a series against the Cardinals this year. Am I worried about it? Yes, but have you seen the teams on this slate? Like the Marlins haven't been great in the second half. The Nationals are the Nationals. You've got the Braves and the Dodgers both facing really good pitchers. Like, yes, the Padres are gutless, but it's not like the Giants have been lighting the world on fire either. So we've only got 3 games tonight. If there was 12 games, I wouldn't like them as much. But
okay, fair enough. We're coming up on lock. If you've got a last second question, get it on in here. We've got some college football to watch. Or not.
Roth is going to anxiously watch.
Roth is definitely watching college football tonight.
Yeah, can't wait. Do you guys watch college football? Tim, I feel like you like watching college football.
Only if I have a bet on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't like casually watch college football because I can't play DFS.
Right.
So in the state that I live in. So it's only if I have a bet on.
That college football was the sport that I got my start really in DFS.
It used to be legal in the state I live in, and now it's not. So it hasn't been for a few years now.
Yeah. Sounds like you need to move.
It's worthy of moving. Cards, do you watch casually or?
I will, yeah. I mean, it's not appointment viewing for me. I'll watch a little bit more now since the baseball season's pretty well over for me. So I'll probably end up watching a little bit more again this year. And the games are going to go faster. Everybody talks about in baseball how appreciative people are of the pitch clock rules this year. One of the biggest problems with college football in the past was that the games were really long. Oh, we got a visitor. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, that's fine.
Hello.
So one of the problems in the past with college football was that the games were too long. Well, they've changed the rules this year to where in college the clock is not going to stop after a first down. So the college football games are probably going to be about 25 or so minutes faster this year.
Yeah.
Which should help.
Okay, nice. Well, I like that. I like the sound of that, Cards. That'll work. All right. I think we're gonna bounce on out of here. We got babies to feed. You want to say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So for Cards, for Tim, for my wonderful production crew, always working hard behind the scenes. Guys, we appreciate you. We love it. And we will catch you tomorrow. Charlie, can you do a little punch at the camera? Say you have been crunched.